Hello, welcome my friends to the Eurofan. That's me. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Lithuanian entry for Eurovision 2022, which will be represented by singer Monika Liu with her song Sentimentai, which has the English translation for sentiments or feelings. Lithuania has a true challenge this year. After causing sensation in the last contest with the discotheque brought by the guys of the group, now it's about to see who will represent the Baltic country this time. Monika Liu, mostly known by her stage name Monika Liu, is a singer, songwriter and pianist. Her steps into music work started at a very early age. In fact, it's not strange coming from a family of musicians. When she finishes high school, her professional studies are focused to music, studying jazz and vocal studies at Klaipėda University in her hometown. And then after, she continued her studies in the genre at the prestigious Berklee College of Music in Boston. She is a professional musician. She starts her musical career around 2015, releasing 3 studio albums to date, recording songs both in Lithuanian, her mother tongue, and English. Her first album was more driven to electropop, while the latter two have a more retro sound with blends of pop and jazz. The latter one, the musical genre when she's mastered on. Besides her career, she has participated as a jury in musical shows in her native country, remarking in this case the Lithuanian versions of The Voice and The Max Singer. She was thinking seriously a long time ago about giving a try in a stage like Eurovision, and this year she decided to try it. Last December, she was announced as one of the contestants of Pabandongis Naujo, the Lithuanian national final for Eurovision, who had 36 participants this year. A curious thing was that as soon as the songs were released on last January, Monika's song rocketed to the first place in the charts of her country, a true achievement for her indeed. Monika makes her first appearance in the third heat, winning it thanks to the massive body of both the public and the jury, qualifying to semifinals. She repeats the same feat in the second semifinal, winning it with a wide margin, and naturally in the final as well, becoming without any doubts the Lithuanian representative for touring. It's remarkable to say that it's the second time since Lithuania participates in the contest that sings a song entirely in the Eurovision language, Lithuanian, being the first time in 1994 when the country debuted at Eurovision. As I said in the beginning, it's a true challenge. Taking in account the Lithuanian language is not very spoken outside its borders. But who knows, maybe Monika can make a difference and then encourage more local artists to promote it much more. Okay, now here's the analysis of what she presented in her official music video. About the melody is very easy listening, with very simple instrumentations and harmonies, suitable for all ears. You can notice the jazz influence in Monika's voice, making reference to those kinds of songs that used to be listened in the 1960s or 1970s. Then, being a professional singer, she has a voice quality that can be noticeable during all the performance. I will describe the lyrics as Lithuanian poetry. In fact, if you read it for the first time, previously translated of course, you don't get immediately what the lyrics are about, but analyzing it carefully, giving a literary focus if you like, you can understand it. In this case, the lyrics of the song talks about nostalgia and memories of past sentiments, more specifically from a lover gone. Now, I like the songwriting of the lyrics, but I don't see myself singing it. I could try it, but for sure my pronunciation will be horrible, so I'd rather listen to it with attention. About the message of the song, she tells in a very poetical way how complex can be the feelings of the people, especially in terms of love relationships, as we all know and have experienced each in their own way. About the official music video, the concept is quite simple. Fundamentally, it's focused on shots of her, with a plate of spotlights towards her almost in darkness, dancing and moving around freely with the rhythm of the song, with the exception of a few seconds where she sings about the sea and appears briefly a shot of a calm motion. I think she deliberately did that concept in that way, with the goal that the focus is given to the song rather than the video itself. Now, taking into account the song already has its complexity musically speaking, having made a much elaborated concept could distract the viewer, so maybe in this case it was the right choice. Making a summary of all what I said, the Lithuanian entry arouses a quite bit of interest, because it's very different to other entries in the past, which gives the diversity that is very much appreciated in the contest, and it's a clear bet to promote the Lithuanian language to the rest of Europe and the world. It's about to see if the European audience likes this entry and gives its deserved value. During the national final in the show Padam Domnis Naujo, she had a minimalistic staging, in fact very similar to the official music video, and she doesn't need too much, so it's too probably that she follows the same trend. In addition, I had the opportunity of seeing her performing her song at the Barcelona Eurovision party. Here's an exclusive snippet of her performance. Having watched her live on stage, it's absolutely clear that she will follow that same trend in the following performances she has scheduled in the next Eurovision pre-parties and of course in the main stage in Turin. And you, what do you think about the Lithuanian entry for this year? Comment here down below to keep the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. And don't forget to like, subscribe and enable notifications. And also follow me through my social media if you haven't done it yet. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.